I have experience.
Oh! Welcome home, Fanty! Thanks for all your hard work.
Madam Witch, I had hoped you would have procured me at least one more curio d'art by now.
You're unhappy with our progress? We're discovering curio at a fine pace. Care to see?
In regards to the Catalogue Obscura, I've reviewed your rather detailed report. All told, there are a total of 35 curio, of which 9 are curio d'art, and currently 2 have been discovered.
Indeed. And these two, the Catalogue Obscura and the Man-Eating Wardrobe, clearly possess special powers which set them apart from other curio.
May I remind you, yet 7 more curio d'art still sleep in the labyrinth. Your focus should be on collecting them.
So you've said, but all must be carried out in the proper order. Such treasures simply can't be uncovered at the speed you request. If that's unacceptable to you, we could end the exploration now.
You will resume your work. However, if progress remains poor, I will hire a different witch. Keep in mind, I can dismiss you all at any moment.
Mr. Count, it'll be fine. After all, Madame Granny and Fanty are amazing. We'll definitely find them.
Talk is cheap. Show me results, not baseless enthusiasm.
Don't you worry. We'll definitely find them. I know Fanty is working really hard.
But if we don't hurry and find more curio d'art, then we may be getting the boot. And won't that cause problems for you too if we stop getting paid?
No pay? That'd be a major problem! I need to send money back home.
Well, it's unlikely you'd find work that pays as handsomely as this for such little effort. I suppose you could always sell yourself, but with your sorry figure, I don't think you'll find many takers. Anyway, moving on. How did it go, Fanty? So you were unable to understand what they said? Or rather, you couldn't make it out?
Yes. It felt like it got harder and harder to sense stuff as Fanty went deeper and deeper into the labyrinth. It's as if things weren't as clear as when we started, or my field of vision was getting spotty.
So that means it'll be harder to see the deeper we go. It appears we may need to think more on it to create a proper countermeasure. I don't want to start sounding like the Count, but it's true we have yet to find a single curio d'art since the catalogue. I didn't mention this to him earlier, but that has been bothering me as well. Despite all our searching, we've yet to come across another one. What do you think, Missy? Why don't you give your little dowsing a try?
Okay. Let me get ready real quick. I can tell there are still other areas we can go. But if they're not here, that might mean we're not looking in the right place to begin with.
Ooh, how interesting.
And deeper inside, I sense some sort of light. Sorry, that's all I could see.
I suspected that might be the case. It's possible that the labyrinth we're exploring isn't the true underground Labyrinth of Galleria.
The true Labyrinth of Galleria?
Though we've seen a decent amount of curio, we have yet to find a single one of significance. Now, what could that mean? Yes, I believe the area we're searching is an antechamber made to deter grave robbers. A cursed swamp would be perfect for that. Countermeasures against thieves have always been a standard component of tombs and ruins. Also, you even mentioned there was a different wardrobe than the one we usually use to access the labyrinth, didn't you?
That's right.
Yes, and up until this point, the rule was if you went into a wardrobe, you came out above ground. But my witch's intuition is telling me that if you enter this other wardrobe, you may be able to reach the so-called Grand Chamber.
But there's a door there that looks impossible to destroy.
Yes, that door is rather suspicious. If there's no keyhole, and it can't be broken, then we must solve the riddle of opening it. The cat's romping about up there again. That's the loudest catnap I've ever heard. A creature capable of speech and a sealed door. Seems there's some riddle here. But as to what it is, I cannot say for sure without knowing more. Well, Fanty, do you think you have what it takes to solve this riddle for us? My, such confidence. That's our dependable little wandering spirit.
I knew you'd pull through for us, Fanty!
Anyhow, regardless of how it goes, we all have no choice but to keep moving forward. Explore the labyrinth and search for clues. Try whatever you can think of. And while you're at it, I suggest you hone your puppet soldiers' equipment using alchemy. Here are some catalysts. Try using them to enhance their gear. It was some trouble getting that alchemy pot, so do make use of it.
Alrighty, Fanty. If you ever want to use the alchemy pot, just let me know. Welcome back, Fanty! You solved the riddle! That's amazing! Great job! You found the Grand Chamber, too! Oh, hey! Perry! We did it! Fanty is such a hard worker.
Shut up! I don't care, stupid!
Huh?
What's up with you? Get away from me! Get off! Off of me! Gah! Ow! Barry!
My, what's the matter?
Oh, ow. Oh, Madam Granny! We did it! Fanty managed to solve the riddle!
Would you look at that? You're not entirely lost without me. Good work, both of you.
It was just like you said, too! There was a Grand Chamber! This makes the area we get to explore even bigger! Isn't that exciting, Fanty?
Really? What's with all the fuss at this hour? Did you find a curio d'art?
Good morning, my lord! We haven't found another curio d'art, but we made progress in expanding the area of exploration, thanks to Fanty!
Miss Eureka, I heard you were born to a noble family. But have you ever received an education befitting one?
Huh?
I'll have you know my family has royal roots. You might have got away with it at home, but I shan't tolerate your country manners here. From all accounts, it sounds like you've even been playing at being a maid. If this garners more attention, I'll be sending word to your parents. You've been warned.
Oh, I'm sorry. Very sorry.
Leave it at that for now, my lord. It won't be long until we find your treasures, now that we've reached the Grand Chamber. In my opinion, the progress we've made so far has already been monumental. Discovering the Grand Chamber is unheard of.
No matter how much progress you make, or how many curio you collect, your priority will always be the remaining curio d'art, madam. You are to find another curio d'art as soon as possible. Otherwise, I do not acknowledge any progress as such. If you cannot produce the results I hired you for, I will simply find another witch. I hope you will keep this in mind. Understood?
Well, that's harsh of you. Still, I wonder, after all the witch hunting you people did, are there even any others left? Putting that aside for now, I have a small request, my lord.
What is it?
At the moment, we pawn the items we find underground that aren't curio, but some of them are quite rare. If you were to get them properly appraised, I'm certain there are individuals who would be interested in acquiring them.
And? What does that have to do with anything?
If you have any requests for these types of items, I'd be willing to fulfill them on behalf of the manor. Though much of the world has forgotten the tale of Galleria Manor, there are a small number of nobles who still believe in it, isn't that right? You can sate their curiosity with items from our explorations. Wouldn't it be easier for you to influence the court if your family's reputation rose as a result? In exchange, all we ask is for a little more time.
You make a compelling argument. Very well. But just where do you plan on advertising this?
Oh, don't worry about that. This old bat makes frequent trips to the capital. I've got my connections.
I suppose it can't hurt to try. I'll allow it, madam. But remember, you are acting as an employee of this household.
All right, then. I'll begin accepting requests as we continue exploring.
It'll be fine as a task of lesser importance. I'll leave a note at the entrance if there's anything I require, as always. As for the exploration, I'll wait a while longer to see how things progress. You should endeavor to find them before I change my mind.
Goodness gracious, isn't that one impatient?
Why is the Count in such a hurry?
If you factor in our living expenses, he is losing money every day, and we haven't even found what he wants. Since it's a request from our patron, we should move forward, even if we have to push ourselves. By the way, we'll begin exploring the Grand Chamber soon. But before we do, has Fanti run into any other problems?
No, but I feel like I'm able to see less and less as we go on. If I remember right, though, I heard a voice? Different from anyone we've met so far. Or that's what it felt like.
Another resident, perhaps?
I think so, but I couldn't see very well.
I'm not really expecting an answer, but what do you think, Fanti? I see. So something there is capable of human speech. This isn't much to go off of. Even if there were someone capable of human speech at the entrance, well, who knows? It could be the demon that created the labyrinth.
Demon? Do demons really exist?
Who knows? They say that witches make pacts with demons, but that's just hearsay. I've never seen a real one myself, unfortunately. There's no way to know whether they actually exist.
But what about the monsters down there?
It's hard to say, since I haven't laid eyes on those. But monsters and demons aren't necessarily the same thing. Demons are supposed to be cunning, sinister beings who take pleasure in trickery and suffering. Anyhow, let's wait and see how exploring goes for now.
I do feel like there have been more enemies lately. Or maybe the puppet soldiers are having a harder time. From my perspective, at least.
I see. Well, that's no problem. I thought this might be a good time, so I prepared a new soul pact for you. Oh my! Fanti's giving me a very "why didn't you give it to me in the first place?" sort of look. Being a witch means being crafty. This soul pact is quite impressive, if I do say so myself. With it, you can deploy a large number of puppet soldiers at once. You know what they say. Battles are won with numbers. All you need is manpower.
I see! Battles are won with numbers.
Here, a reward for all your hard work. You can choose which to use, or whether to use them at all. It's up to you.
Yay! That's great! Let's make more puppet soldiers, Fanti!
I also updated the inventory, so be sure to check the general store and the witch petitions. There's not much you can do with the witch petitions unless you have mana, but you can get some by defeating powerful monsters.
It feels like we're really getting started now! All right, Fanti, let's do this!
information. Good progress.
Welcome back, Fanty. Thanks for working so hard all the time. But it looks like we've got another riddle.
Did you find any more clues?
It looks like there are some places we can't explore yet. So there might be clues there.
Last time, solving that riddle led to the Grand Chamber. It's likely this is a gate as well, intended to protect somewhere important.
We'll need to do our best to solve it, even though we'll be relying on Fanty again.
However, if the architect of this maze is trying to tell us something, there should be clues somewhere. After all, riddles exist to be solved. Its creator must want someone to figure out the answer.
But what if they don't want just anyone to solve it? What if they want a specific someone?
That could be possible. It won't be easy for anyone other than the intended person to solve it then. It might even be impossible, due to the lack of information.
Okay. Then what should we do?
Let me think. It might be cheating a little, but we could follow the traces of magic.
Cheating? Is that allowed?
Isn't cheating part of being a witch? And Fanty here loves taking the easy way out. But you'll need a lot of mana for this one. Go ahead and use the witch petition when you think you'll need it, Fanty.
How do we get mana again?
Defeating monsters is one way to do it. You could also use the alchemy pot to disassemble items you don't need. Monsters and items are fundamentally comprised of the same matter after all. Mana.
Pardon me. Is anyone here?
A guest!
Well, since the Count and Toba aren't here, I suppose we'll have to get that.
I'll answer the door. Welcome!
My, what a surprise! Someone was here after all. And what a lovely young lady she is. Do you reside here, dear?
I am in Count Bismont's employ, yes. My name is Eureka de Soleil.
Count Bismont, you say? I don't believe I've heard of the man. I wonder if we've met. Have we, Kay?
If he is a count, I believe you would have met him at the royal ball, my lady.
Is that right? I usually am quite confident in my memory for names and faces. He must not have left a strong impression. And where might this count be?
Oh, it looks like he's not in.
I see. You seem a little too, well-dressed to be a servant, but a noble wouldn't be in anyone's employ.
My, what can I do for you?
Oh, now there's a granny. One person right after another. This place is quite lively. I once lodged at this manor when I was traveling in the past, but it was deserted then. I never imagined it'd be occupied now.
Is that right? But the Count isn't home now, so you'll have to put up with this old biddy instead. Would you like to come in for tea?
No, thank you. I'm not so shameless as to enter a lord's mansion for tea while he's absent. I'm actually headed to my own estate for an inspection, but I'll stop by again on my way back. I'd like to pay my respects to the Count. I've been told the grapes are doing well this year, so I'll have a wine made from the harvest. Please, give the Count my regards.
And who, pray tell, do I have the honor of passing on regards for?
I shall give you my name on another occasion, perhaps.
Very well, then. I'll tell the Count a beautiful woman stopped by.
You do know how to pay a compliment, madam. I'll accept your words graciously. Until we meet again, ta-ta!
There is one thing I wish to inquire about. Have you heard any rumors regarding conspicuous occurrences around here lately?
Conspicuous occurrences? Did something bad happen?
We only just arrived recently as well. The only conspicuous thing that's happened to us so far is meeting the two of you.
Well, that's good to know. In that case, there's no need to worry. It hasn't been easy for nobles lately in the capital, so I inquired for safety's sake.
Well, you have nothing to worry about. As you can see, the countryside is nice and quiet. It would seem the woman with you is quite important.
Yes, well, that is the reason I asked.
Is that so? In that case, I suggest you stay away from the large tree by the main road. That's the hanging tree. It's for criminals.
Criminals?
Kay! Whatever are you doing? Kay!
My lady calls, so I'll take my leave now.
Meow!
Oh, hello there, kitty.
Do you like cats? This one's named Noir, but it also answers to Count. Good Noir.
My, so this is the Count.
Oh, no! This is,
I'll be going now, Miss Eureka.
Good grief, what was all that about? Let's go. We've got our own things to do. Have you forgotten what the Count told us?
Oh! Cat! You're here! Perry!
Hey, come here. Food time.
Perry! Noir! They're both so cute! What kind of errands does Perry usually do, Madam Granny?
I have her do many different things, but she mostly collects wild plants and ingredients to make the products at the general store.
Oh, so that's what she does. I'll help next time.
No, you're much too busy with Fanti as it is. Now it's time to work. Fanti, let's get to exploring. Solve that riddle already, and use the witch petition if you need to. Understand?
Stay safe, Fanti. I'll be cheering for you.
Very efficient.
Oh, it's just you. Ugh, don't scare me like that.
Whoa, that looks good.
Here, take it.
Here, have half.
I'm okay. You take it, Patch.
It's all mine then.
What are you doing here? Didn't I tell you not to come by? Wait at home if you want supper. The Count hates children. I don't know what he'll do if he finds you here. I'll be in hot water then. Give your ma a break, will you?
You're the one that told me to come. Here, I managed to catch this alive.
Oh, right. I did say that. What does she want with such a scrawny bird? There's no meat.
Meow! One got away because Ro was too slow.
That's not true. It's because you were telling me to hurry up.
Meow!
Not this fur bag again.
Meow! Cat!
Ugh.
Ugh. Who's that?
Just some creepy kid that shows up when the Count's not around. She's feral, too. Apparently, the old witch is her grandma.
Is that the kid the other lady was talking about?
Maybe?
I don't know, but you stay away from that kid. She bit me on the rear once.
Huh? What a freak.
Hurry home now.
Okay, let's go, Ro.
Okay.
You little... That brat. Why am I... Ugh, I know working here is already strange, but nothing makes sense.
Oh, welcome home, Fanty. Sorry I fell asleep again. I guess I get really tired when I'm watching you. You're so nice, Fanty. I won't fall asleep Wait, I mean, I'll try not to fall asleep anymore.
Good grief. Finally awake, I see. You're using enough strength for 2 souls, so being tired is inevitable. Try to stay awake so you can keep an eye on Fanty, though. You're the only one that can tell what's going on down there. And Fanty doesn't have anywhere else to go when you're asleep.
Sorry.
Here, drink this.
Huh? What's this? It's really pretty. All gold and sparkly.
This is a magical potion of awakening. It'll wake you right up, even if you start to doze off.
Oh!
So, Fanty, what stopped you this time?
There's a place that looks like we might be able to explore, but it's on the other side of a ledge, and it's too far to jump across.
It's a little different from the other problems, There are no walls to break or swamps to cross. I see. But how could the person who built the labyrinth get across?
By flying, maybe?
Flying. Well, we're talking about a demon, so it's possible that it may have used powers to get around. But supernatural abilities always leave a trace of some sort. Did you see anything like that?
Not from what I could tell. What about you, Fanty?
So you did see something. Either way, as long as there are traces of magic, or what I prefer to call a magic crest, you should be able to fly across the gap.
Magic crest? Is it possible to see those?
No, not at all.
What? Then doesn't that mean we wouldn't notice even if they were there?
Under normal circumstances, no. What to do?
Huh? What should we do, Fanty?
Assuming there is a magic crest, I should be able to do something about it. Hold on.
Whoa!
This should do it. You should be able to jump further than before, as long as there is a magic crest.
Does that mean we can't use this just anywhere?
That's right. It won't work if a crest isn't present. But you don't have to see one to try it out. Off you go. If we don't find another curio d'art soon, we'll be joining the beggars in the capital tomorrow.
Good luck, Fanty. Have a safe trip.